So one of the biggest new trends in real estate tech happening right now is iBuyers, or instant buyers. So iBuyers and instant buyers, companies like Opendoor, go out there and buy people's homes instantly. So the beauty of this model is the customer proposition. It's a really unbeatable proposition. So if you are a homeowner and you want to sell your home, instead of having to worry about choosing the right agent, listing it on the market, wondering how long it'll take to sell, what the sold price will be, and then having to deal with clearing out the home to do tours, you can get rid of all of that by just getting an offer instantly from one of these companies. What they do is they then buy your home. So within a couple days, they'll fix it up. Usually takes a couple weeks, and then they list it back on the market and sell it again. So it's a really fantastic customer proposition. Now there's a number of companies in this space, and they've raised a lot of money. So Opendoor has raised over $1 billion in equity. Their latest funding round was $400 million from SoftBank. And this doesn't include the debt that they have to actually buy and sell these, to purchase the houses. So a lot of money, a lot of momentum in this space. There's a number of other pure iBuyers that have also raised tens and tens of millions of dollars. So these are not scrappy startups. These are well-funded, well-oiled machines with access to a lot of capital that are active in a lot of markets. And what kind of market is good for them? Really a homogeneous market. So Phoenix in the United States is kind of like the de facto perfect iBuyer market. Because it is homogeneous. All the houses kind of look the same. It's cookie cutter housing developments. And that gives the iBuyers a couple things. First off, it gives them certainty, so they know that when they buy a house, they'll be able to resell it after a certain amount of time for a certain price, which is important for them. And the second thing it gives is there's a lot of activity in the space. So Phoenix is a very hot market. There's a lot of transactions going on. So they know that if they buy something, they'll be able to turn around and sell it within a reasonable amount of time. But again, like the homogeneous nature of the market is really important, where the home values are kind of very predictable, and it's easy to pick up those values. Now, another big thing that happened recently is Zillow entered the game. So Zillow, typically, a real estate portal, just fundamentally a classified site where you can where they connect buyers and sellers. They decided to enter the iBuyer game, and that's a big deal. It's a big deal for them in terms of a change of their business model. They're going from a pure technology company, kind of operating a website and sending leads to agents, to something where they're actually going out, buying houses, fixing them up, and selling them. So that's quite a big business model change for them. And the other thing they're doing is they're involving agents in all part of the transactions. So while primarily the other iBuyers don't have real estate agents to represent them when they buy and sell those homes, Zillow does. So Zillow's reaching out to its premier agent network and using those agents to represent itself when it buys and sells homes. So on the one hand, that's a little bit inefficient from a cost standpoint. Zillow could clearly strip out some costs if they avoided agents and just kind of acted as the broker themselves. But on the other hand, Zillow's built its whole business off working with agents. $1 billion in revenue a year is from these agents. So it can't upset them, it can't really exclude them. So it's made the decision to go into the market with these agents as its partners, helping it kind of buy and sell these properties. Big deal, big move. The other kind of big move in this space is, again, iBuying is not new. Opendoor's been in Phoenix for 4 years now, so there's a lot of activity and a lot of history in this space. But with all the capital being invested and all the venture capital kind of behind these big firms, there's a lot of momentum, especially now with Zillow in the game. So a lot of the traditional real estate incumbents, they can no longer ignore this space. They have to do something. Coldwell Banker recently announced a pilot program where they're going to get into iBuying themselves with a partner, but their agents are going to be able to offer the service. Keller Williams announced a similar program as well. Details are scarce, but they announced plans to get in that space. And I think over time we'll see more and more traditional incumbents entering this space, either directly themselves, buying and selling houses, or perhaps more likely with their real estate agents partnering with someone, maybe a financial institution, maybe Zillow or Opendoor or someone else. But the point remains that those agents will still be able to provide the service to their customers.